terms of numbers, or even before we go to the numbers,
Yeah.
World Health Organization has actually defined infertility as if you are in a relationship,
Yeah.
and you're having regular intercourse,
Yeah.
and you're not using any contraception, and in a space of 1 year you have not conceived. So that is called primary infertility.
Oh, so there's even a time period.
There's even a time period.
Okay.
So if you've had a conception before,
Yeah.
or you have had a baby in the past, and then again in the same time period, regular intercourse, no contraception, and no conception has happened, that is secondary infertility.
Okay.
So we have both primary and secondary infertility.
Oh.
It is a huge problem, actually. On average, in the world, about 8 to 9% in the so-called developed world are actually have a problem with infertility.
Okay.
When it comes to our countries, it's about 15. Actually, last week, 2 weeks ago, I was in a symposium in Lisbon, in Portugal, and somebody came up with some new data which shows that infertility affects about 30 or even 40% of people in the developing world, where Kenya is a part of it.
That's really interesting.
Yes.
That there's a difference between the developed countries and the developing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We'll come to that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So if we say, for example, even if we were to say that infertility affects about 15% of the Kenyan population.
Okay.
Kenyan population is about, let's say, 45 million.
Yeah, yeah.
So 10% of that is 4.5 million.
Right.
And then you add 5% to that, that would be
6 million maybe?
about 6 million
Yeah,
plus.
yeah.
So it's a huge number.
Yeah.
It's a huge number. It's actually an epidemia, if you can call it that. But simply because people are not dying left, right, and center, and there are no emergencies, so it's actually not being treated as a very serious problem. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, we don't talk about infertility. Just like you said, you are supposed to, you're born, go to school, finish school, get married, have children, 1, 2, 3, and even more, and then everything is happy. But then that is not the reality. Reality is completely different. We have been socialized to think that we don't talk about these issues, this is taboo, and especially for men. Men are never infertile. Most societies, especially in our part of the world, we think that it's only women who have issues.
Right.
But we do have issues on both sides, the men and the women.
Yeah.